Hey everyone, Nick here from Whole Latte Love. I've got John with me.
Hello, what's happening?
And welcome to our Black Friday, Cyber Monday live stream event. If you're not familiar with Solis, it's a Swiss company. They make their products in China, but they are based in Switzerland, and they have some really good entry-level espresso equipment. So we've got two machines here, the Barista Perfetta Plus, the Grind Infuse Perfetta. These are terrific machines if you're looking for something that's going to heat up fast, give you some good programmability and options, and not break the bank. And Solis has a lot of really good just proprietary accessories. And at Whole Latte Love, we've done a good job of also acquiring a good range of 54 millimeter accessories ranging from shower screens to portafilter baskets to tampers so that you can really accessorize with your machine. So if you're brewing on a budget and looking for some new home equipment, I think you're going to find something that you really like in this segment.
Absolutely, yeah. And I really dig these Solis products, partly because they did a really, just like you brought up, they did a really nice job coming up with a line of accessories that go along with it. For example, the first time I saw this, I was very impressed with this tamper. It comes with a very sturdy tamper, so I was really happy about that. Sometimes products kind of in this price range will get you something plastic. You end up with actual sturdy, really nice accessories. You can upgrade to things like this Solis dosing ring, which fits perfectly on top of that 54 millimeter portafilter. And they just make all kinds of things that can make life easy for you. A few features I'm really excited to get into with some of these machines too.
Yeah, so for those of you who are watching right now during our live stream event, we've got your YouTube comments right down below. So if you send us a message or a comment, we will do our best to get you an answer. But really what we're going to be talking about is just kind of doing a general overview of these machines and how they work. Maybe some reasons why you'd want to invest in this, or maybe where you may want to go for something kind of like the Gaja E24 that we looked at before.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this whole series here is to help you decide what's best for you, or, you know, it is the holiday season, decide what's best for someone in your life, the coffee lover in your life. So pumped to take you through some Solis stuff, and these are new for us, so we're excited about them as well.
Yeah, so Whole Latte Love, we are the exclusive retailer of Solis in the United States, so if you're looking for it, you're going to find it with us.
That's right.
Yeah, John, let's start with the Barista Perfetta Plus, actually, and Will, if you want to take us over there. I'm going to grab you some cups, John.
Oh, sure, yeah. All right, now the Barista Perfetta Plus, pretty fun, simple machine. One of my favorite things about this machine, actually, one, it's small, compact, but also right up here, only 4 buttons, very easy to use, and a really beautiful gauge right in the middle here. Each of these buttons, we have a single shot button and a double shot button. You can program the volume of these buttons. Anytime you press either of those buttons, you will get a pre-infusion automatically. And that's something that really impressed me. Sometimes I don't see really important pre-infusion happening on machines of this level. So I was pretty impressed by this. So I thought it might be fun to actually dial in a grinder and brew some coffee right out of this ourselves. So.
Yeah, so if you were watching our segment yesterday on single dose grinders, paired up with our Barista Perfetta Plus today, we do have the Chiato Life X. So this is an incredible single dose grinder that you can use. It's by Chiato. And part of the reason I really like it is this knob here on the side has numeric values and it only has one rotation, meaning that fixed space that you're at, that's going to give you the same grind every time. So let's say, for example, that you're switching from a pour over that you just wanted to brew to espresso, that you can always return to that setting. And so when you're putting together a live stream, let's say, and you have only a few minutes between takes, having a grinder that's easy to dial in, that's pretty important.
What are you talking about, Nick?
But the Life X is a terrific choice. Now, one of the really cool things too is Solis, they are 54 millimeter machines, but our friends at Varia have us taken care of as well. So the variable dosing cup that you've seen earlier today, the one I've been using, that's going to be the 58. Well, right now, right here, this is a 54. Available in both black and white. The Solis Barista Perfetta Plus is available in 4 colors. So you see the black one up here, but it's also available in stainless, red, and white as well. So lots of options for you to be able to really customize your look. And if you decide that you want to go with black and white, there will be Varia scales, dosing cups, and grinders that will all match the machine. So if you're kind of looking to go all in on a particular look, that's something that I really love.
Beautiful.
So
Well,
John, let's first of all upgrade this basket, right? So from Barista Improving Taste, from our friend Sauro, we do have the Bob Sydney. So this is an 18-gram basket, and you can see it says Sydney on there. Maybe you can't. Well, there we are. And we're gonna just pop that right out of there. So right out of the gate, Solis gives you a lot of accessories that come with the machine. So if you go and grab yourself a Barista Perfetta Plus, not only are you getting that tamper that John was so impressed by, but I'll put that right here. You're also going to get a frothing pitcher. Really nice portafilter here. It has a built-in diffuser, and that's important for a reason because Solis includes several different portafilter baskets with this machine. So you're gonna get a single and double commercial basket. You're also going to get a single and double pressurized basket as well. So those pressurized baskets, those are for things like pre-ground coffee or ESC pods. Now let me take one of these out here. So here is our commercial single. Really a nice thing to have. You do have a back flush disc insert. So I'm gonna put that right up front here. It's got a little piece. So this is a steam wand cleaning tool. That little point there, that's actually for getting right into the tip of the steam wand. And then on the other side, you have an even thinner tool. That's used for actually for your pressurized baskets that have just that single hole, just for cleaning those out. And then this rubber mat here, that sits inside the portafilter to act as your back flush so that you can add cleaning tablets. So really, you're kind of getting everything that you need all in one there, which is really cool. So one thing that's worth mentioning is that the Solis Barista Perfetta Plus does have a 3-way solenoid valve, meaning that you can back flush it, and then that leftover water from your extraction gets drained directly into the tray, so you have a cleaner puck, right? So we're also gonna get into our pressurized basket, so that's this one right here. There's no holes save for one on this bottom half here. There we go, well, let's see. It looks basically just like metal, and then right down there, right where I'm pointing,
I see it right
that's
there.
a single hole. And so that's what you would use this little tool for, to basically clean that out. So,
Nice.
There we go.
Oh, that one.
That one little
that
point
one with the,
is for cleaning the basket out. Exactly.
Cool.
And so what's great is that you can use this machine out of the gate with pre-ground coffee that you bought at, say, a grocery store locally, or maybe you've gotten some from us. I know our selection of whole bean is a little better than our pre-ground. Also use that for ESC pods. But really, we recommend grinding whole beans fresh. That's why those commercial baskets are in there. But the Bob Sydney, that's something that we really enjoy too. So Barista Improving Taste, that's our friend Sauro Dalalio. He worked with IMS to produce baskets that make it a little bit easier to pull, a little sweeter, a little rounder shot.
Oh, sure.
And we've got them in 54. We do have an array of other 54 millimeter baskets as well from IMS, both just standard precision baskets and nanotech coated that you can use for your Solis. So we really wanted to make sure that if you go with Solis, go to Whole Latte Love and you'll get anything you need in terms of accessorizing. And so as far as stuff that comes in the box, that's gonna be pretty much it. You also get a Mavia filter. So if you watched our segment earlier on water filtration, that was our first segment this morning. It feels
First
like
one.
a lifetime ago now. The Mavia filter installs right in the reservoir, activate it inside the machine's programming, and then what that's gonna do is it will reduce the frequency of the descaling alert that you receive from the machine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive, the array of things that they give you straight out of the box to make it easy to get going right away. And some upgrades as well. And speaking of which, I've even got the stand right here.
Coffee podium.
Coffee podium, the Solis coffee podium. Just to get a little bit closer, get your cup a little bit closer to the
That's exactly what that's
for.
for. So it's a pretty serious just platform to reduce the distance between your cups and your spouts. So John, let's get our LifeX. We'll put this in
Now,
dosing
Nick,
cup configuration here.
now, Nick, I haven't used the LifeX in a little while. You want to walk me through this one a little bit?
So this will be real easy. I'll just grab a little wave here. We're going to use our Bob Sydney.
I'm going to heat this up just a wee bit here.
And we'll use our 54 dosing cup. So this Varia Accu Mini. Great option for a machine like the BPP right here too. Super compact for a more narrow workspace like that as well. And we're gonna do 18 in.
I did see 18 grams on that Bob Sydney portafilter basket.
So I'm gonna get a cup down here. There's a manual grinding option that we can use. And we're just gonna bump that, load in our dose, put our single dose attachment on top.
Now this is the Chiato Life X.
That's correct.
Now this is an all-purpose grinder, so you can grind
all-purpose
drip
single dose. That's correct.
And single dose, so you can do drip, pour over, or espresso, or even French press on this grinder.
That's right.
Fantastic.
So we're gonna do a flip transfer. So you can see that snug
beautiful.
fit, even on that 54, looking good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I think I may have overdosed just slightly, so I'm just gonna take a little bit out of there. And I can already feel that's feeling a bit coarse, so we're gonna just try a shot and see, and then we'll go right back in and go for round 2 on this.
We're gonna dial in together, it'll be fun.
So grab our portafilter, or our tamper. This is the official Solis tamping mat. Like I said, you're gonna find Solis has really done an incredible job of producing accessories for this grinder, for this machine rather.
All right, let's see what we have. Now, I also maybe expect this one to run a little fast, but we're gonna discover together. All right, how about...
So, John, here's what I'm gonna have you do, okay? Press and hold the double, and do not let go. Only let go when you see the amount that you want on your scale. So you're gonna get that initial pre-infusion.
Mm-hmm. Not that bad.
And actually, you know what? That is not as fast as I was expecting. We may even need to go a little coarser. I'll tell you what, you can keep that Accu Mini, and then I'm gonna use the standard Accu. So to go over just the anatomy of this machine though, across the top programming button, that's gonna be for how we set up a couple of the different functions on this machine.
Mm-hmm.
Single and double, and then switch over to steam mode.
Nice.
So let's say we want to dispense just a little bit of hot water though. Rinse out this cup. A really great thing is steam valve here when flipped open when you're not in steam mode. That's just going to dispense hot water instead.
So on this grind, we went a little bit coarser.
We did.
Nice, and I wonder if we bring that down to about 16 or so.
Well, we do have the Bob 18.
So we should be okay on the 18 grams.
We should be okay.
All right, let's do it.
And then we're going to demo milk frothing once we've got a shot worthy of our audience here.
Nice.
We'll do our hot start.
Now, hot start means the grinder is already running before you put the beans in there. It's a single doser, so we've got those nice bellows there to get everything out.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay, and we're gonna, I'll let you do a little flip transfer on that one.
Sure.
And let me get you some milk ready.
All
Here's
right.
our pitcher right here. And then, I think the milk's on the other side. I'm just gonna sneak over and grab that for you.
Yes, sir.
Whew.
Had a pretty similar thing. Let's see. All right, got my Solis tamp station right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna level you off a little bit. And I'm gonna do the old-fashioned stock flath method here.
So tell us about that. You're busting out more of your barista training on me.
Yes, sir. The stock flath method is where you kind of use your hand like a north, south, east, and west to get a nice flat bed, and what I used to do, I would take my knuckle, part of my knuckle right there, right about there. I would kind of do this thing, and it would sort of act as if it was a spinny leveler.
Okay.
The same way that the ASO Coffee Jack leveler, you would spin right on top of your portafilter.
I was going to say, you were born with that. That's a built-in leveler that you
Yeah. I was born this way, Nick.
All right, so let's give that a try. We'll use our Quinto
Okay.
and our Acumini. And if this is looking good, we're going to move straight on to steaming.
Nice.
But yeah, to program either of these buttons, you simply press and hold the button. And then once you release that button again, that's when it will stop. So
that's the
program,
pre-infusion.
that's going to start flashing once the machine has been held long enough to indicate to you that you are in programming mode.
This is much more the kind of flow that I like to see. And then after this, we'll put it in steam mode. We'll make a tasty drink.
That's right.
All
So
right.
now, switching to steam mode, we're simply going to press the steam button that's going to start illuminating. And once the light goes from flickering to solid, that indicates that the machine has reached full steam temperature. So John, if you want to knock that out for me.
Sure. And now, like most thermoblock machines, it does not take too long for it to get into steaming mode.
And I did open the valve just a little bit there, just to purge a little bit of that condensation. It's going to be the same for any kind of steam wand. This is a commercial single hole tip. I'm ready to start frothing. And there we go.
Show me what you got.
So not bad. You do need to introduce a little bit more of a angle there to get that roll, but you can see I've already achieved a good vortex.
Oh wow. Oh no, you should be just fine. Especially with a thermoblock machine, I'm kind of impressed at how well that milk is moving along.
Yeah, so really did not take that long to heat up, nor did it take that long to froth. We're gonna purge.
Give it a little purge.
And now we're gonna switch out of steaming mode. So give me a second. All right,
There we go.
so
Nice.
lights are flickering because the machine's just gonna cool down. We can run a little bit of water, and that's going to allow us to purge any of the remaining steam out. So let's see, I don't know if Will has a shot for us, but
Let's see what we have.
I feel like I actually didn't incorporate enough air. Nope.
Oh, this is more of a flat white. But you know,
Emphasis on the flat.
well, you know, I did see that vortex that you were working with there. If you just infused a little more air, I mean, I think this machine is totally capable of.
It's definitely operator error. You also have 3 different temperature settings that you can use on the Barista Perfetta Plus. So if we press programming, you'll see the lights are illuminating between the 3 settings here. 1, 2, and 3 for temperature. That's all going to be plus minus around 200 degrees. And that's just going to save it. Again, when these lights are solid illuminated, that's going to let us know that we're ready to brew again. So really just very straightforward, very easy to use machine. We're able to get that dialed in very quickly. That automatic pre-infusion that we saw was really useful. And I mean, I will give my sad little Rosetta a sip here.
I mean, you've got plenty of foam on there. That's not looking too bad.
Well, I mean, flavor-wise, mouthfeel-wise, we're exactly where I want to be. So if you're looking for something that is going to have maybe a little bit more automation than something like the Gadget Classic, maybe not as self-serviceable though, Barista Perfetta Plus is a great alternative option. Now, we do have a lot of accessories for these machines, but those 54s, you may find you're going to have a harder time finding use for them after you graduate. And so Damien had sent me a message, but it's been retracted. I wasn't quick. I caught a little bit of it, Damien. I'm not sure, but
It looked like.
thank you for commenting anyways.
Yeah, looked like they were pretty excited about the quality of the latte that can come out of that machine.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, that's more my frothing performance needs some work. So, and really, it took us almost no time at all to get our Chiato set to where we would want it to be relative to our extraction. If I poured a latte art like that, it'd be the best latte art I've ever poured in my life. Damien,
Nick,
you and I both need some practice then. So, all right, let's move on to our Grind and Infuse Perfetta. I'll trade places here with you, John.
Sounds good.
So this is a all-in-one solution from Solis that we have here. Now, it's essentially a Barista Perfetta Plus with a grinder on the second half of it. So if you were to cut that right in half, you got your 3 buttons again, single, double, and steam. We've just got the program now on the other side, manometer in the middle. With Solis, we've got our power buttons here on the side, water reservoir on the back. We've got the same commercial style steam one. Bigger work surface because now we're obviously working with a portafilter clutch here that we're going to use for our grinder. So let's cover the things that we didn't cover from the Barista Perfetta Plus. But on the left side here, if you want to show that, well, we have our interaction that we would use for grinding. So we have a single and double. That's actuated between this button that says filter size, okay? And literally all you do is you turn this knob. And that changes the time, so that's measured in seconds. So really, you could just program a dose just like you would with any other grinder. So, John, we're going to do just that, actually, okay?
Yeah.
So, Grind and Infuse Perfetta comes with the same portafilter, with the exception of it does not include the additional baskets, and it also does not have a diffuser in it. So, Solis is expecting that you will use, obviously, your commercial baskets, so they do not give you any hand-holding on this machine, so there's no pressurized baskets. If you really wanted to up the stakes, which actually, you know, we will.
This I'm excited about.
Something else we have available for these machines are 54 millimeter bottomless portafilters. And not only do we have 54 millimeter bottomless portafilters, but I'm gonna do a little showmanship here.
Oh.
We have them customized with our wood handles so that you can get not just a 54 millimeter portafilter for your machine, but you can get one, or bottomless rather, but you can also get one with a wood handle pre-installed as well.
Oh my. Wow, look at this.
So, John, let's grab the other Bob Sidney that we have here.
Yeah.
And so we know that we're looking for 18 grams, right?
18 grams.
Yeah.
You bet.
So grab me, if you could, please, that Accu Mini, because I want to show off a couple of the operating modes that we have here. So we're going to just pop that right in. There we go.
Nice.
And we're going to get our Varia dosing cup. And I'm going to put this right under here. Down here in our grinder assembly, so you can see, and there's great anti-static technology for dispensing the coffee. To activate the grinder, you either push this switch right here where I'm pointing with my finger, or you can push the switch up here, okay? So that's gonna trigger the grinder. We've got our dosing cup in place.
Let's see what our grinder is here. Let's look at this coming out right out of that chute.
So that was 14 seconds, so we got 8.39.
And we're going for 18 grams, right, Nick?
That's right. So
Oh, that's
really
about as good as it gets, right
that
there.
was about between the 14 that I had before. I just did 16, so I'm going to go up. That's going to be 30 seconds. It's going to get us our 18-gram dose, and then we can just use the machine to produce that the next time. So here's our 18-gram dose, ready to rock. Going to use our Bob Sidney.
Mm-hmm. Man, that fits in there no problem. That is nice and snug.
That's right. I mean, and you know, too, I could have created a huge mess. John, I want you to show just that work surface for a moment, if you want to bring that iPhone right back, because there was a good gap between this chute and that dosing cup. And I don't know if you can see, that's pretty clean, right? So basically all that coffee landed into that cup. It did not fall outside of that space. There might be a few stray grinds here, but
no big
really
deal, though.
just incredible in terms of that anti-static.
Absolutely, very nice.
So now we're gonna lock that in, and I'm gonna say probably want to grab our coffee podium again.
Probably not a bad idea. I love that they give you that just to mitigate the distance.
The coffee podium is sold separately.
Yep.
So I just want
Oh,
to throw that. If you say give you that.
well, they've got that available in order to help you just avoid espresso splashing all over the place.
And I have a
especially when you got this nice bottomless pour
I have a
filter.
pyramid of accessories here between the podium, AccuMini, and our Varia sip cup here. And the cool thing about this machine too is they really make great use of this LED. I'm gonna start brewing, holding the program. Got our shot timer, right? We did our pre-infusion. So yeah, this doubles as a shot timer during your extraction. And we're getting it, it's a little slow. And so, you know, that is great because it just goes to show, this is a grind and brew. Sometimes I know there can be concern about, can they get fine enough? You're seeing it right here. Definitely, we need to be able to coarsen that up to get a better flow. So
I'm just amazed that it can get that fine. So I'm kind of a happy camper myself, but I'd love to do another one.
So John, you may want to, I'm going to coarsen that up, but if you look at Al here, he's talking about aging of beans. It looks like he's brewing around 192. I think just off the bat, that may be a little low for espresso.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, thanks, Al, for joining in here. I'm curious about the aging of beans. We go through about a kilo, 2.2 pound bag of Vessi Massini a month. My Matrix MN temp is $1.92 for coffee, $2.53 for steam and water. Please, yeah, no problem. So I'll tell you what, I do think that 192 is a little bit low. If I remember correctly, that blend is a bit of a darker one. So, you know, you might not want to be quite at 200 or 202 or something like that. You maybe want to be around 198. It is true that lower temperatures are better for darker roasts. Even still, 192 is pretty low. You could go ahead and crank that up to about like 198 or so. 195 might be the lowest that I would advise there. But as far as your steam boiler, I think you're in good shape there. You could even bring that up to, like, if you want a little extra steam power, you can bring that steam boiler up to about 270 or so. And when you bring that steam boiler up, if you look at your steam boiler gauge, you might see the pressure go up as well. So, you know, if you're ever finding that you're not getting the steam pressure that you want, you can just crank that boiler up, and temperature and pressure are going to be related. So the higher the temperature, the higher the pressure as well. So just a couple thoughts for you there, Al. I appreciate you chatting in there. Otherwise, I hope you're digging the coffee, and you know, dialing in is always fun, and just these kind of numbers are all part of it too. So, how we looking there, Nick?
Well, we were heating up for a minute there. So
okay.
Now I'm going to just go for that 18 again. I've coarsened it up, and we're just going to bump a dose, as Mark would say. I feel like I love that term now, bump a dose.
Bump a dose, yeah. Mark has coined a few terms around here. And you know, I might even grab the iPhone to look at the bottom of that.
Bottomless?
Bottomless portafilter as well. There we go. Hey, thanks, Christian. Christian says, great answer, John.
18.12.13. Yeah, so the coffee podium there coming in clutch just to help with that dispensing as well. But that's looking good. You know, I'm thinking we're going to actually see some flow this time around. I was a little too fine last time. It's a problem I have in my personal life, but...
There you go. I've got your...
That's a hill of coffee. That is a hill of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just going to work with that here.
Yeah. But if you give it a whack here, you can settle it nice and good.
You know, Bob Sidney is an 18-gram basket, but, you know, one thing that's worth noting is that there's generally a range just in terms of the amount of compression that you can get. And so 18 grams on one particular roast may not compress the same way as 18 on another. So going in with our Solis tamp. We'll lock that guy right back in again.
All right.
Get that podium in place. And we're going for round 2 on our Grind and Infuse Perfetta. But again, pressing and holding that double starts the timer, starts the automatic pre-infusion. I do see some drips that time.
We got some flow.
Do have some flow.
Ooh.
Looking a lot better there.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe a WDT tool might help with
A
some
little
of
bit of that channeling,
yeah, some of the spray in there, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with.
A little fast because that 5 seconds does include our pre-infusion time, but really just making a few minor adjustments, we were able to get a shot that looked much more like an actual espresso extraction than coffee-colored water dropping from the bottom.
Sure.
And again, this grinder, it can get very fine, and that was just with that bottomless, a great tool if you want to give yourself some more clearance, or if you want to be able to diagnose those kinds of issues like we just ran into.
Not too bad. Not too bad. I'll bet even if we decrease the dose a little bit, then that might increase a little bit of headspace between the screen and where the coffee bed begins. So that might spread the water around the puck a little bit more evenly, mitigating some of that channeling. And then, of course, don't forget, you've also, as an option, we do sell the Solis really nice dosing funnel. So you can use the WDT tool right on top of that.
Dosing funnel does work. So if you want to not grind, for example, using a dosing cup like I did, that dosing funnel can fit on top of a portafilter, and still you can activate the grinder on this machine. Now, I want to go over a couple other small features that it does have, or at least let's say improvements. So the stuff I'm going to show here, some of those features are also present on the BPP, but if we get back up to the display here, thank you, Will, go into programming, you'll see lights will flash. So if we press the 1 option, what this is asking us is basically, you're going to say, oh, wait a minute, 5, 0, -5. This is giving us a range, right? So we've got 200, and then we can go plus, minus our 200. So this is actually a PID setting. It's a little more precise than on the standard Barista Perfetta Plus. What we're doing when we press option 1 is we're just setting within a temperature range of 10 degrees the PID here.
Wow.
So if we press that again, and we press the second option, you're going to see the cooldown time between 10, 30, and 120. So like, when do you want it to kind of just blank out the screen there?
Is that sort of like an echo mode type of thing?
Yeah, exactly. So that's just giving yourself a little bit of time. Now, John, do you feel like you could pull a shot now on our Grind and Infuse Perfetta?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. You know what I want to do? I actually want to use this dosing ring and see if I can get it to work with this.
Yeah. Now you want to try frothing too? I feel like you'll show us a better performance in terms of that steam wand and just how good it can texture that milk.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's party.
So the Grind and Infuse Perfetta does come with the same frothing pitcher and the same tamper as the original Solis Barista Perfetta Plus. So all these great accessories that we've got with this machine, they come between these two. The key difference is going to be that Grind and Infuse Perfetta, like I said, not coming with those pressurized baskets, because as you can see, you really don't need them when you've got that grinder built in there.
All right, here we go. Now, I'm gonna get this right in here and start.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, yeah. And I'm just gonna stop it maybe halfway through and just kind of see what my weight is. There we go. Let's see where we're at.
7.8.
Oh, I've got plenty of room.
Right, and so the thing is too, right, that AccuScale, the original one, you can still use that for tearing onto a portafilter. Now, when you're done, I want you to leave that dosing ring on. I'm going to show you, doctors hate this one simple but we'll show you that one too. Oh.
Sounds good. I'm going to do a 17-gram dose on this one, I think, because I just want to see what happens if we have
it may be a little faster then, just compared to the one that we just pulled.
Oh, sure.
Because that was 18 grams.
I'll stick with 18. Good point, Nick.
I don't know, unless maybe you're tamping with a little more force than me.
I saw that last.
I'm a gentle tamper.
I saw that last tamp. That was no joke. I'll believe you. Just a teeny bit more was all I needed.
All right, so
Yeah, that's
the cool thing is, and let me just clean this up for a moment. That stuff's not really coming off, so just going to give it a quick spritz.
Sure. There you go.
But I want you to put that dosing ring back on, actually.
Okay. Sure.
And so, Will, can we get a good view of the tamping mat? Maybe not. Otherwise, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Hey.
So if you want, because this is something that I've seen before on certain dosing rings, you can actually tamp straight through that ring using that tamper. So if you need
I've never seen that before.
If you need a little guidance assistance, right, in getting it straight, you can actually tamp straight down, straight through the ring.
Wow.
And go down into the basket. And you can lift up.
Look at that.
And it tamps straight through. That really helps
never
you
seen that.
keep things even. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And that looks like a pretty good puck to me, I'd say.
It's looking okay to me. Absolutely. Yeah. So here we go. Let's lock in.
Lock in. I'd say grab all your tools. So we have our coffee podium.
Okay.
Also have our Accu Mini. And then basically to start steaming as soon as you're done, I'll have you just press that steam button there. I've got your milk ready for you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I love that Accu Mini. It fits on pretty much any machine. And I just push and hold.
Push and hold?
Yeah, just in case you made any differences to your extraction. Otherwise, the machine will always execute whatever your programmed dose is. So when you want to do it in a manual extraction, that's when you're going to want to press and hold, right? Otherwise, it's set up so that it will just execute the programmed dose. And that's looking pretty good as well, you know.
Not too bad.
Around the same time, but maybe a little slower, which is what we were looking for anyway.
Exactly.
So that was about 26 seconds. You get 35 out. You were doing 18 in, so really
so I got
not
close
bad
to my
at all.
I got close to my target of 36. I'll bet to be 27 seconds, which is kind of right around where we want to be.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, again, too, this is an all-in-one solution for a machine at home, right? And it's very entry level. Like I was saying, we're taking $150 off this machine right now, $100 off the Barista Perfetta Plus. So if you are looking for an all-in-one entry-level solution, this is a great option. So John, did you press that steam? So we're blinking right now, so that's how you know that we're heating up still. And then we can just do a quick purge. And actually, we are at steam power now, so I'd say you're good to froth. And then we got a question from Kyle Atkins. How long will the free Akaya Lunar Scale be offered with purchase? That's something that we're doing for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So after Monday, there's a good chance that that promo is going to be over. And then I'd say after you show me up one last time with some latte art, it's probably time for us to be getting ready for our next segment.
Sounds good. And I'm getting a nice roll here, and we're not quite there yet, so I got plenty of time to incorporate all this into the milk.
I'm seeing some serious bubbling going on there, John.
Guess what?
Maybe letting that milk get a little out of control there.
Yeah, a little bit, but I've got ways. Here we go.
Ways and means, I suppose. Yes. Switch us back into brew temperature.
Yes, thank you.
Get our purge initiated there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'll get a little wipe down of my wand. Now check it out. I don't know if we want to do an overhead.
Oh, of course. That's what that camera's there for.
I love that.
For shame and for glory.
I'll tell you what, I did have some big bubbles there, but if you ever have that when you're doing latte art or anything like that, that's okay. Just do that. Sometimes you see baristas doing that move in cafes and things like that. And then keep this in mind. You've infused this milk with air, and what does air do? It goes to the top of liquid.
Yeah.
So if you let it sit too long, then all that air is just going to float on the top, and it's not going to be too easy to pour latte art with it. So if you do this, you are incorporating the air with the liquidy milk beneath to kind of get one consistent, kind of thick liquid.
See, I thought maybe the barista was just annoyed with me, so I'm like, oh, can I get that latte? And they're like...
I mean, Nick, two things can be true at the same time. There we go.
All right, let's see.
Going in, and let's get a little base. 1, 2, 3, how about 4? Oh, running out. Real close, but we were able to get something nice with this Grind
Infuse right there. Oh, pull it back. There we go.
There we go.
Very nice. Awesome. I like the spin too. Impressive.
Man, I've never served a drink like that. That's a casino move right there. All right.
But you know, with that, I'd say those are the Solis Perfetta series machines, the Barista Perfetta Plus, and the Perfetta Grind and Infuse. I think, John, we found these are great for just espresso extractions. Very easy to dial in, very easy to adjust, super compact, and then great milk performance really quickly as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was pretty happy with what I saw today, and I mean, for the price point for these machines, this is kind of tough to beat.
I think BPP $299.
Yeah. So that's kind of tough to beat as well. Thermoblock machine, no doubt, but all the extra add-ons that you can get, you know, the dosing funnel, nice tamper, bottomless portafilter, including some other 54 millimeter baskets that we have available. There's no shortage of what you can do here.
You can trick it out however you choose.